Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of The Burning Topic. Today, the special one is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. CEO, investor, crypto and forex trader himself, ladies and gentlemen, Rhulani Nkuna. What's your surname?
Nkuna.
Nkuna,
yeah,
aka
John Ghatti.
John Ghatti in the building. We finally had this sit down, and we are going to be talking about everything and anything. Right?
Yeah, correct.
But we start 8 years in the game.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. This will be my second interview.
Second interview.
It's gonna be my second.
Why don't you do interviews?
It's time, man. You get too busy and you don't get the time. So, but we make time.
Rich people problems.
Yeah. You need to make sure that we educate people.
Okay. Rich people problems.
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous. How can I be nervous? You can't be nervous when you talk about your story. No.
And I had to save myself, you guys. We've been speaking for a very long time that I even thought, guys, we are doing a podcast already.
Yeah.
What's happening? So 2017, you're a UJ alumni for civil engineering. What inspired you to study civil engineering?
So this is how it started, right? I'll break it down to how I started. So I came into Joburg in 2010, right? I was staying in Diepsloot, somewhere close to the south and north of Joburg.
Right.
And then what happened was, you see, as a youngster, I knew that, I want to do something. One day I want to be somewhere,
Yeah.
I not to say that I want to be successful, but I want to be somewhere. I want to be someone respected. So, where I come from, especially in the village, civil engineers, mining, industrial, at that time it was booming, right? So I wanted to do mining. Right, and then what happened was when I get to UJ that time, it was full. Then they switched me to civil. That's when I ended up being.
Did you end up loving it? Because there's two different things.
I mean, it's a tough course. I love tough things. So, I ended up being part of it, and then, but to be honest, I learned a lot of things. Because remember, civil engineering is not for people who you need to know your story. You understand? So, and also it doesn't build weak men. It builds tough men. So, within that, when you are a tough man, also when you get to be in an environment, it builds you. So you want experience and you want challenges. So it was a good journey.
It was a good journey. And you also mentioned on Top Traders that you, at some point, you saw your friend and you wanted to know what is happening, how you do this, and then you funded your account with $500.
Yeah, no. So basically what happened, let me, because I didn't explain it nicely, I would just try to brief it.
Run away from the fact that you already said this. So
But I think people didn't really understand. So basically what happened with that idea of, so when we started trading that time, it was a time when now it came in, it was booming. When something happens, it's like a cloud. When people are used to a certain way of things, and then there's something, but it has to do with money.
Yeah.
Then it was that time around 2015. Then I got involved. But how I got involved was, there was a certain guy, one of my friends. You always have those big guys in the room. Because me, we're staying in a commune there by Brixton.
Okay.
So this guy, he came to me like, Pela, it's possible that you can become a millionaire, in a short space of time. Me coming from a background where people have to work hard, and then with, that mindset that you cannot be successful if you don't go to school, I didn't believe, I said that this guy maybe he just want to scare me or put me in wrong areas.
Yeah.
Right. But then after that, because when something is for you, it's for you, whether you can run away or anything, but the calling is a calling. Then what happened is there was a certain guy also, look at this one now. Sorry.
It wants to come out this one.
It wants to come out, sorry. And then so what happened was, within that time, so there was this other brother. So in UJ, for people who didn't go to UJ, let me break it down to you so that we highlight you. In UJ, there's something called a study area where now everyone study, you know. So you get to meet there different people from different areas. So now there was always this guy, because me, I'm someone who wants to, I'm very inquisitive. I'm someone who wants to, you know, always want to come out of my comfort. I want to always look at other things and look at. So there was this guy all the time, always sitting in the same place, you know, doing these things of trading. You remember now, my roommate, the guy was staying, he said something about trading. Then I always see this guy sitting there. Then it goes to my mind, let me talk to this guy. Then when I see him there, I say, no, it's something like trading. But remember me in my mindset, it's still that, you know, that poor mindset of saying no. When you need to work to become rich. I still don't believe that Forex exists. I don't even know what it is. So I see this guy all the time. So it gets to a point now, you know, you get close to someone. You know, when you see someone all the time and then you talk, you become as if you're friends, you're acquaintance, right? Then now what happened was, and then it got along, it took like a month or so sometimes. Then this guy has been doing the same thing. So one time he called me, let's go to SS. There's a place called SS where now you buy things. He said, just go there. And then we get there. He eats, you know, not to say I'm from a better background, but my background was much better than his. We're all poor, but my poorness was a bit richer than his. And when he gets there, he buys me, you know, he said he's going to pay the lunch. I asked myself, then it's fine, I let it go. Second time, this guy comes in now, he buys a laptop. You know, the life is changing. Then I ask myself, there's something. So I ask, I say, what does he say? No, it's still this trading. That's where now I said, you know what, if this brother is doing this, and you know, I'm someone who believes too much in myself, and also when I put my mind on something, it always booms, and I know I want to level on something. I say, no, if this guy is doing this, I also have to do it. Then that's how now the journey of trading started.
And then you find the 500 and you made 5,000.
So
how
the
did that happen?
So basically what happened is this, right? So with I was using a bursary with Transnet. No, Prasa. Prasa, the railway one. Remember, we were doing civil. So what they do, those people, is that there's funds that they give you to say, okay, if this fund is for books, this fund is for this. But remember, like I said with myself, I'm someone whom when I've already been inspired, and I've already seen with that big brother to say, if this big brother can make this much money, it means if I were to put more money, and then if I were to put the energy that he's putting, I can make more. Then what happened is, it was close to, so they give you in semester. So what happened? They give money for books. So when
I heard you guys get a whole lot of money, the engineers.
Yeah, definitely it was. But remember that time it was, rand was also a little, but it was quite enough. So that time when you do civil, there's no need for you to have textbooks. You can use a soft copy. So you're like, okay, fine, no sacrifice. Let me just not buy the books, then I will take this amount. Then I started trading. Then that's when now I started, I don't remember, there was another broker at that time, gold, I don't remember, gold what, but there was something called gold something. Then that's the one that when I put in my money as a starter. But remember that time I was just too excited, you know, saying I want to do this thing also because of that particular brother. That's why now, and then I accumulated the funds, then I put the 500.
And you make over 900%
yes, so
ROI.
No. Big. Yeah, but no, remember, initially I tried to trade, but I couldn't, my trading was not enough. Remember trading, why most of the guys struggle is because, you know, you do something and already, like myself, remember my idea was I want to be better than this guy. You know, when I do this, I know I'm going to make so much money. So now I tried to do it manually using my strategies, you know, watching videos on YouTube, but it was not enough. Then within that, the money was going down. It got down to a point where now I was within like, $250. So what happened, it was a Wednesday. It was interest rates, you know. It was interest rate all the time for USD is around 8. Then within there, what I did is the settings on my screen was not correct. Then I missed it. Then I realized, oh, okay, fine. If now I could do, when the market happens before the time, within 5 minutes, what I can do, if I can put 6 pending orders up, 6 pending orders down, I'm just going to dump this money. So literally that's what I was doing. So now I was saying, you know what, I would just, there's no way I'm going to bring this money, because I could see the rate at which, because it was 500, now 250. Then dump it. Then it was interest rate for GBP, it was JPY, what's it, JPY, whatever. So around, it was in the morning, right? So what happened was I placed those things. So I waited for it. Remember, during the Asian times, then I placed the black only to hit. That's where now the journey of trading, that's where now my journey never stopped. The money way of how to see things financial, then it was in 250, then it went, I think, $5,220
all in one trade, or you place
no 6 pending orders.
Oh, 6, okay.
There was news interest rate, NZD JPY, there was news on that particular day. Then I plugged all of them, and that time it was hot Forex. What's this hot Forex? What's the broker?
Hot
Forex. So what happened within that? Remember, when you do that and you make so much money, they will say, you are not a good trader, whatever. You're not supposed to do all that. But now already I've made the money. So that's where now the journey of finances. That's when now I started believing that I think this is how I'm going to become a millionaire. Then now I believe my roommate that this is going to be, the sky is the limit.
And then you traded news for how long until you did the normal?
So basically what happened is I tried, remember I was trying to learn also myself, but I would all the time would use the news to back up the funds. So what happened, I went in and called my friends, it was 5 of us, one from Namibia, one from Zim, and then one was an Indian. So I called those guys, the guys, I've got something now that we can work with. So now we always have to wait for news, me and my gents, and we always do it. So sometimes it would work, sometimes it would work, so we were making money consistently. So now all my guys, they realized this is one of a guy now is making money, and that now that's how it is. So now we'd have money, so we'll try trading, but our trading was not enough. So whenever we tried trading, the money would get reduced. So we'd now say, what, when there's news, that's when now we'd always target that. But what happens sometimes with news is you find that now within that particular month, maybe the market is not that strong. There's the impact of the news is not strong. You find that now you just go and not make money. So that will force you now to say, what, it's time now to learn how to doing the actual trading.
And you'd survive off of them?
Yeah, definitely.
That's crazy.
You see, so it built us up. So basically what happened is we were using that to learn. So what's good is that, when you have the funds in trading, it's you are able to scale up because you are able to learn. Whereas if someone has got $100 like myself in the beginning, I was just fortunate that it worked on my favor. I would have lost it. You understand? If the market didn't move the way it moved, right? But now, because we had money now, we are able to say, okay, fine, we know how it did. So we will plug the money, you find out, no, okay, I'm willing to lose this 200. Then I'll do the same thing. Sometimes it will work and make money, and sometimes it wouldn't work. But now, because you have a reserve, it's like, doing things with insurance. It's different when you don't have insurance. So your behavior is calculated. So now you already know, what, this money, I'm just throwing it. That's how news back me up also in terms of this and make me to be fortunate in terms of trading and to have a good background financially when it comes to as a beginner.
Hectic. Okay, let's move along. I heard you said, said, I don't know if you said it.
No.
That your net worth is over 100 million.
No, it's not correct.
That's not correct.
No, it's not correct.
So where are they taking that information?
No, but I mean, remember, people calculate things based on, let's take maybe you bought a car that way on the other side. But, we were doing well. I'm doing well, to be honest. In terms of trading, yes, I'm doing well. I cannot say, I'm suffering or anything. But yeah, my net worth, not 100 yet. But we're working towards it. That's the aim. Because, it's good that people wish you that you have that. It means there's potential. People cannot come and say this. So it means, the nature already knows that John Ghatti is on the way. Because of the energy that we have and how we do things. Because remember, when we do things, it's all about consistency. And we want to make sure that the transparency, and we make sure that when we do something, we want to make sure that it gets somewhere. When we do, I don't do something just for the sake of fun. It must pay. Whatever I choose, if we're to do a podcast, trust me, I will be the first one to in podcast. That's how my energy is when I jump on something.
But it pays, Mus.
Yeah.
Is it too little for you?
What do you mean?
Podcast, man.
But it cannot reach. It cannot come close to what we are doing. It's like me saying now I want to know it can't come close. I don't want to discredit the podcast people. But trading, that's where home is. If you want to start making money and that's trading, that's where the money is. Remember, and you don't have to do anything. Get the skill, start utilizing, and start winning. You see. So in terms of that, I could say that Forex it's powerful. And I am an example of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was lie.
Which
That
one?
was a lie.
No, they say no. It's not. It's not really a lie. People maybe they I don't know. Yeah, maybe they did, but it's not. I haven't reached there. Yeah. But definitely we will reach, because the way how we're going to set it up, how things are set up. Because remember, I'm gonna jump to this, right? When it comes to these things of bots, right? In the next 6 months, let's say a year, we're working in a way that when we talk about bots, Ghatti must be there. So when we get there, everyone will be making money. So now we'll be using one tool, which is now by me.
Okay.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
Hectic.
Yes.
He just made me keep quiet. I don't even know what to say at this point. But let's talk about the 400,000 people are claiming you was taken from you.
Okay.
By SARS.
Yes. No. It's not SARS. It's incorrect. So I stated it on the other video. Yeah. No, man. You know what happened? So like what I said is, this is what happened. It was 2021. As when you make money and you're excited, you're John Ghatti, man. I mean, the name itself, it's heavy, But and then I woke up in the morning. I was like, no, you know what? I need to bless myself, right? It was, those moments when you're sitting by yourself, you get the funds, things have paid, everything is right. Then, I said I have a watch. So I opened an account with a certain bank, but it was a new account, right? So what happened is it was late hours. Then what I did is I got to send myself a large
one.
Yes.
Okay.
The one that I explained to you. Yeah. So what happened is I sent the money to myself at night. Then they wanted to explain, okay, how the funds get in. Then the fund was flagged. So I had to explain. So it seemed as if it's complicated. I said, no, I mean, I'm a trader, man. I'll go back and make more. And then I just let it go. Shoo. Then I just let it be like that.
So it wasn't the thing of no SARS.
No,
because people were so confused that if he has an alert 200 million net worth, why are they only taking 400,000?
No, it's not correct. But it's it's just that people. It's like when you talk about when you are there and you are blessed and you remember, I'm one of those. I'm not just a trader. I'm one of those traders to show the light from people out there. So when people talk about something, they have to talk because they don't understand. That's why, this is my second interview. Why am I doing this? Not because we don't want loud people, coming here. No, this is to enrich people, to make sure. I'm already have more followers on Instagram. But we want to use this to say, to empower people, to get to understand the story. Because remember, there's someone out there who doesn't understand how people, they start seeing me now, maybe on Instagram, they don't understand how it is. But it's good sometimes to tell your story, to understand it. You see, guys, this is how it is. You don't have to work with John. But this journey that it has to do with trading, this journey is fruitful. If you were to look at it and then focus properly, you can get it right.
And then you said also you want to be putting down poverty, because a lot of people are in poverty and you want to fix that whole situation. That's where you created your bot.
Yeah. So the idea of the bot, it came about like this. So back in that time, just after I think 2018, 2019, we're doing courses. Like you see, like I said, me, when I do something, I put my energy on it, right? So I realized that, okay, fine. Many people that we were working with, right? Many of them look so busy, And remember, trading is a good thing. But remember, that's why when some people come to you and say, no, this doesn't work, you find that sometimes when you do something, it's like when you go to school, right? When you go to school, as much as you have seen other people who have seen the fruits at school, but if now you're not going to study, you will drop out. You'll fail. There's so many things. Same applies with trading. Someone comes in now without no knowledge and comes today. We say, okay, let's do trading. We say, okay, fine, there's a homework. This is the structure. A person doesn't even go through it. That person won't understand the process. So I realized, okay, fine, we have got so many problems like that. Then I came up with to say, you know what? Because these people, they don't want to learn. And not everyone, you cannot force people to do things that they don't want. Give people what they want. Then you say what? If we can develop a system that now it trades for people, I think that will be. And then the people that I was working with, they were happy with that. Then that's where the journey of bots came in. And I was the first one to come up with these things in Africa.
Why?
So if you talk about bots and not involve John, it's because you are a hater.
Why?
And we are about to sanitize that energy now.
Yes. Saying it's not real.
What do you mean? Bots?
Yeah, the bot.
But okay, that's why I want to educate people. You see, bots, a robot is nothing special. A robot is like coming to you, Neo, right? We say, Neo, there is Neo here. We have seen the track record. John, come to me, John. I've got a strategy that works for me, right? But as much as my strategy works, there's some people out there whom when I explain, it takes them time to understand what I'm doing. So what I do, I go and assess what you do, right? And then I script everything. Then I put whatever you were supposed to do, wherever you want it to happen, on the system. So we create the bot, which now when you plug it in the system, it will be just like it's you, but in a form of a software. So it's you. So if the strategy works, it means your strategy works.
So what happens if now, what happens if now you're saying you're taking whatever I was going to do,
yes,
and you put it in, you program it.
Yes.
So what happens now if I come to you and I have no knowledge, I have nothing that I have done? What do you program? Do you program your own strategy?
No. That's where the problem is. That's why now we have got people who are gonna come and say, "Wow, bots this, bots." We have got. Remember, in anything that works, there's gonna be people who are gonna take advantage of things, right, and start doing it for their own greed, right? Whereas with me, the difference between me and someone out there, if someone were to ask, right, I started this movement of bots, right, and it's my job to make sure that it gets to where it gets to. And now I have created a system. I'm not going to mention it. I'm not here to market myself. I'm here to educate people.
Yeah.
So people must understand. You know, someone say, hey, no, I'm not here to market myself. I'm here to educate people so that people understand what we're talking about. So with bots, right, there's people, remember when there's something that has to do with money, there's people out there who are going to come and take advantage. And there's people who are gullible also. You know, as much as they say traders are scammers, there are people who also come to you and try to scam you. Someone will come to you and say, oh, you know what, I've paid you. And then why they didn't do that? So you understand? So it's both ways. So in this space of bots, I missed, there's so much. What is your question? I missed you. Sorry, man. I've got a lot of answers.
Yes. The bots are fake.
Bots are fake.
Yes.
Okay. Remember.
Or they don't work, rather.
Okay, they don't work. So that's what I said. So with bots, right? A bot is me. So there's no way I can create a bot if I don't know how to trade. But the thing is with the boys here who are trying to do trading, that's what I'm saying now. In the next 6 months, if you are a trader who wants to jump into bots and you are taking chances, start looking for a job. You must start looking for a job because it's not going to happen. Now we'll be working with right things. With John now, we're going to be distributing correct things, proven stuff. Even those people who come and buy bots, do your due diligence. Don't go to people blindly. They will scam you.
Which is weird. The episode that I released right now, that is trending on social media, people come to me to ask for the bots that were said are fake.
Yes.
And they don't work.
Exactly.
They still want them.
Yes, but you know, the idea of bots, it works. Hence I said, the robot, it does exactly what John does. So like now I've got a bot, right? It's showing high consistency.
Okay.
So what we are going to do, right, in Africa, me as the president of trading bots in Africa, we're going to make sure if you are out there, wherever you are, come close, talk to John. If now your bot is not working, it's fine. We understand you've made a mistake. Come to us. We're going to make sure that your bot is correct. And you go save your people. Because remember, as much as people believe on me, they know all of people, even in Jesus, there's people with different religions. Not to say that Jesus is not right.
Yeah.
Even myself, we want to make sure that each and every person, whoever is doing bots, we want to make sure in the next 6 months, we're not going to be having something called fake bots. People who are taking chances. We have got people who you can see, when you see this person, he doesn't even understand the idea of bots. And a lot of people, they don't understand it. That's why we say, a bot, you need a lot of money. No, it's not correct. This is what's correct. A bot is a strategy that you do. So basically what we do, we go and analyze. You're saying, okay, John, I've got a resistance, support and resistance strategy.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to do. John comes in and build it for you. Then you start trading. John, I've got a strategy of price action. This is what it does. This is like for instance, you see an indicator called Fibonacci. It's an indicator. That indicator, we can convert it to a board to say whenever the market reaches a certain percentage, the market must place a trade. So the person can do it manually and the bot can do it automatic. You understand? So that's where the misconception is. So that's why you have John. That's why these interviews are for. To break that and make people understand that, guys, bots are still going to be here. Whether you quit Forex or whatever, bots will be here and John will be there.
And also people want to know that if you're saying that you are trying to kill poverty, why are the bots expensive?
It's not about price. A person, so why are the bots expensive? This is what happens, right? So in terms of price, you know, it's like for an example, let me give an example. If you want something, right, you will make means to get something. So I understand that if someone was to pay the price at which my bots are priced, it's someone who wants to do this thing. Whereas if now we get to say something, we will be getting people who want to test. We don't want to work with those people. I want people who want to do it properly. Someone who's say, you know what, I've sacrificed this money, this thing must work. Those are the people. That's the energy that we need when you work with us.
But people complain that it's expensive. Where am I going to take the money to now fund my account?
That's why it is. Remember, it's like someone's telling you that as much as the school fees is not cheap. School fees is expensive, but people manage to go to school. So if you want something, you make a plan. There's no way that you cannot find a way. As a man and you're 23 or whatever the age may be, you find someone now wearing a shoe for 3,000. It's just that maybe the bot is not part of his plan. If you want something, you'll find a way. How or not, that you as a man, you must find a way to get something.
But sometimes we don't live the same life.
Just like me. I didn't come from roses, my brother.
Right.
Yes. Like myself, I took a sacrifice. But you understand, that's what I'm saying sometimes. You must create opportunities for yourself. As much as we're saying something is expensive, then what? So it means if something is expensive, people who are poor, they never make it in life. There is free courses. It's not that all the time, but have a belief. Have someone, you know, I want to be like John. I did programming without any lesson, but through YouTube. YouTube is free. These days when you go to the mall, you don't have to pay for internet. It's free. You just open your laptop and you learn. So if now you cannot afford something, put yourself, go to YouTube, watch those things. There's free lessons.
That's small.
Yes. You understand? Remember, it's in life, it's a matter of choosing whether you have the time. Not the aim is to not to grab everyone to come to know. The aim is to make people be aware. Do it. But find a way to do it. You can do it on YouTube, you can do it with John, you can have a group. Maybe you create a group where all of you guys, maybe you don't have money, but you all studying and then you analyze it. I mean, there's so many people who are doing live sessions, they can teach you those things. You don't always have to pay. There's groups out there which are free. So a person, if someone comes to you and say because of money, that's an excuse of a poor person. Yes, they always put an excuse. That's how poverty comes to you. You will never kill poverty with excuses because you always have an excuse. I cannot do this because I'm poor. I cannot be rich because I'm poor. No, we managed to make it, and without any obstacles. Use the little that you have to better yourself. If you're not going to do that, you will have a problem with poverty. You're not going to kill poverty. And remember, my objective has been one since, is to kill poverty. There's no objective. That's why even when you see someone saying this and saying that, I love that. We go back to the drawing board. We see people put remarks. We accommodate all remarks, positive or negative. You can't grow if there's no remarks. You understand? I wouldn't have been here. I've been here for 9 years and we'll be here for the next 10 years. Because we accept, we understand people, we learn from that. That's how it is. Remember, when we do this thing, right? The aim is to build. It's not just for us to come and then we say we want to just buy a car, or maybe we need to go and stroll there. No, that's not the idea. The idea is to build something that's solid. Legacy. People, change people's life as much as I changed myself. So,
But one would say you're a multimillionaire. Why are you now selling it expensive? Because I'm still there. I'm asking a question as someone who's in the comments. Yeah.
So, but remember, like I said, you see, an excuse is an excuse. Whether you were to put something 50 rand, someone will still say something. Whether you were to put something 1,000, someone will say something. Hence, I said, change is a progress, right? We have got almost 50 million in South Africa, right? Our aim is just to make sure we have got that certain select few.
Right.
We change. Change, it doesn't matter whether it's big, but I want to say there's certain people that I've worked with that I'm going to change. That's my aim. Yes.
And one person would say, if you are rich, why do you want to then teach people how to make money?
That's
Why
it.
don't you just
No.
leave it?
That's the mindset of a poor person. A poor person thinks for bread.
Yeah.
We thinks of owning the bakery.
Yeah.
Yes. A poor person, when he wakes up in the morning, his job is to think, let me make money to go buy bread. But with John, it's different. Why is John different? My brother, we want to remember there are leaders out there. There are people who think like me. Those are the people that I'm gravitating on. There's people who want to say, you know what, me, I want to make a change. You can't make a change by thinking like someone who wants to think for bread in a day. We want you, my brother, wherever you are. That is possible. Now you are no longer praying for bread, you are praying for the whole bakery. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's not about that. Remember, even myself at some point, I was someone like whoever out there. I was nobody out there. You understand? And it's not a problem to think like that. Thinking is just an opinion, but you need to teach people. That's why we are here, to teach them, to educate them. That is, there's nothing to do with the money. Me, I want to show you. And I want to prove it to myself because I'm in a process of proving to myself so I'm the best. When I say I'm the best Forex trader in Africa, when it comes to bots, I have got a goal to prove it to myself before to you. The people to use it will be last. That's the last prevailing factor. So hence also I have a goal to prove to myself. Same applies. Even people also will use those things and then they are able to make money. You understand? So when we do that, we're making a huge impact. You understand?
Right.
Yes. So it's not someone. I heard someone asking, if now this bots works, why don't you give it to your aunt? Let me tell you one thing. As much as I'm doing trading, there's people who are within me who have got poor mindsets, who still believe Forex is a scam. While they saw me, we used to struggle together. So that's why I don't have a problem when someone who's... I've got people who are relative, who we suffer to... He still believes Forex is a scam. And he still believes that I can scam him. So you understand? It's a mindset thing.
So you can't force that.
I cannot... Someone can be my brother or my sibling and still have poverty mindset. But if he doesn't have, we'll find a job and he will do hard labor. That's why when you say, we've got this, John, you do this, I don't want to leave them behind. That one will remain on the hard labor. Then we find people who are tough, who wants to do it. Because it's a matter of a mindset. Someone asked me, John, okay, what would you say to someone? All I'm saying is, you don't really have to work with John or ever. Find someone whom you look up to. Even though they could teach you one thing, it's very important. That will build you so you have something. Because when you do something, you must already have someone that you look up to. That helps you in terms of grounding. It's like, when you go to school, right? When you go to school, there's a syllabus where this is this. Even though you could go to Neone, and then even though your course, but the fact that you have something that you believe that I want to be like Neo, you will get somewhere. So for a first trader out there, have this set of goals. One, have someone that you look up to. Two, pay someone, whoever. If you don't have the money, there's YouTube. You can use those YouTube. But the first thing that you have to do, make sure that you look at someone. You look at someone that you look up to, and then you start doing the journey.
Yo, that's crazy. So how then do you maybe what's the word, lack of a better term? Do you encourage people to do the right thing? Because when it comes to family, there's no with everything that you have right now, they still believe you're gonna scam them.
Trust me, if someone has got a poor mindset, he has got a poor mindset, that person. Remember, sometimes poverty is not just something that comes from sky. Some people were born with it. It's a curse. So that's why it takes time. There are some people, yes, they will understand, but there are some people who need a special time. But the problem is, I don't have time to sit with you. So if now what you see is not enough, it's okay. Go do something else. Remember, as much as bots works, they're not going to be all providers. There's some providers, but not everyone will be providers. Some people have to use it that's created by someone.
Yeah.
You understand? So you cannot change that. That you cannot change.
So why are you not teaching classes?
Classes? No, we remember I said, back in the days we used to do that, right?
Teaching classes.
Yeah, like teaching lessons or whatever.
Yeah, lessons.
We're saying to you that the courses, so we're talking about to say, if someone, why, I think we were
Why are you not having lessons for Forex?
Why are you not having lessons for Forex? That's not my specialties.
Okay.
I specialize on automation, right? I've done that, but I realized the people that I were working with, they don't have time. And it takes time. Remember, it's like, for instance, right? It's a process. If now you come to me and then you see, remember me, Forex is my life. You understand?
Right.
Trading is my life. So you can't come and play around with that. I take it very serious. If Forex have problems, I'll be the first people to cry tomorrow. So you understand? So it's something that I take it serious. So if someone comes to me with an idea of just saying they want to just taste and make money because they want to pay rent, I tell you straight, we cannot work with you. There's so many people who have rejected who wanted to come to buy my board, but I realized this person will give us problems. Yes.
So you came here with the intention of making a lot.
Yes. People just don't understand. It's not about money. I've already made money. I'm rich already. I don't need money from people. You understand? But we are willing to help people. But the right people. So if you come in with your Mickey Mouse mindset, we'll just say, no, you are not in the right area here. Take your money, go do it yourself. You understand? Because there's certain rules. Because you can see this person, no, I mean, his ideas are wrong. Is a problem. Forex is not a get-rich quick scheme. No, you must take it serious. But now with the bot, the difference is now it does everything for you, which is now helps you not to learn anything. There's no need for you to learn anything because everything is coded. You just allow it to trade for you. Whereas there's certain tribes of people who want to do it for themselves. But now there's the bot. We tell you that learn what the bot is doing, and then that's how it is.
Okay. So does it have like risk management?
Yes.
In it? Okay, I guess because
you say yes.
Yes. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yes.
It's the thing.
It's so strong. I want it.
It's my perfume. I put expensive perfumes. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's very strong.
Yeah.
It's so strong.
Yeah.
I've been holding myself the whole time. But anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, then don't you think that you're part of the problem now because so many people are scammed and you, the right person, are having
okay, yeah, but finish
having this software that can literally help you, but it's very expensive for the normal person, for an average person in South Africa. So do you think you are now part of the problem for not offering classes or letting people know, no, this person is actually a scam?
Okay, so first and foremost, let's understand the term scam. You see, me, I've been doing this for 9 years. People will call you, hey, you're a scam. Sometimes one day, if someone calls you a scam, just ask them, John, please show us, man. Show us what happened. I'm telling you, he won't even tell you anything. He won't even show you anything, right? So my point is, right, remember, the aim here is to change the movement. Like I said, this is what we have. If you don't afford what we're having, there's alternatives. And there's free alternatives. You can go to YouTube. Now these days there's ChatGPT. Right? You can learn those things. So these days the information is everywhere. So it's a matter of a person looking for information. You can go to YouTube, you can find those information. There's a full course. There's people who have been doing it like myself. There have been people who have been doing those things, documenting. So meaning if you were to give yourself chance, you would learn just like myself. I learned to do programming through YouTube. I did civil, it has nothing to do with programming. But now I'm the best FX bot programmer in Africa. Not South Africa. So meaning anything that you can think of in trading, I can do it. You
can master
anything that you think is impossible, we can do it. We were the first people to do a bot for identifying patterns. If you see the ones which are free, you won't find one. We managed to do that. I managed to do that. So meaning we're saying that anything that you think of in trading, there's nothing that you can think of that we cannot do. Nothing.
You even went into sport betting ones.
Yes.
And aviator now.
Yes. Remember, it's skill. But the poor mindset guy will say, hey, you scam me. No, come close so we show you the power of how things works out. We look for solutions. It's algorithm. We create softwares. You understand? We look at solution, make something better so that people who are using, remember, that's not my space, you can understand.
Yeah.
But because it's something that I can create. So if any problem is closed that I see I can fix, that's how it is. So that one is an algorithm. And people don't understand what we did there. The same algorithm that we used in Goldbot was the same algorithm that we used on Cashbet.
Oh.
Same thing.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Same thing. Remember, it's numbers.
Yeah.
People don't understand. Let me break it down so that I teach people who are doing Forex and say, no, I need to look for a trend line and all those things. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why am I saying it doesn't matter? It's about numbers, right? So what I did with Goldbot, right? I did a structure down. Numbers, right? X. It's those things we learned at school. That's why that's why we're saying, if now you find someone things doing bots, do a background check. What this guy did. If this guy doesn't have a background, there's probably someone is fronting him, or maybe he doesn't even understand how bots are. So what happened with what we did with Kasango, with Goldbot, right?
Yeah.
It was a grid bot. So let me give you an example how grid works about. So you have got the market. So what happened with the grid bot would say when you plug it will plug a trade within a certain time. So what happened is we were using the same amount of stop loss, so that we put it on the X. We were using the same amount of TP that we put it on the X. So we're saying that whenever the market moves this much, it's going to place two amount of trades, right? When the market moves a certain amount, the other one, so let's take, it will have them simultaneously, a sell and a buy. When the other one hits TP, the other one is still holding a loss, right? So what happened is now you still have a certain amount going up, but that's how the grid works about. So, but that is the same thing that we're using on the other one of Cashbet. Only people who are smart like me and people who can program and the idea. Remember, you can be a programmer, but if you're not a trader, you cannot program a trading board. That's people don't understand. There's specialties. I'm a specialist on trading. So, and also on boards. So those two things. You can just find someone saying is a programmer, but he cannot do what John does. That's why we are called the best in what we're doing.
So why John is not fixing?
We are busy with it.
The fakes.
Yeah?
The fake bots.
I said it, and I want to say it right, that if I want to put it clear to those guys who are out there, those ones who are providing fake bots, my guys, we are about to distribute things that works in the market. If you were taking chances, you still have time. Come talk to us. We'll make sure your stuff is proper. This thing of yours, putting the SL and putting indicators and all those things is coming to an end. They must go look for jobs. Such people who are chances this year, it's not going to happen. Forex is going to come back. John is here. We have got proper tools now.
What's going to happen to them?
They must come and use proper things. Remember, if someone has a community, come to me. Like, fix your bot. Go use it with your people. I don't want everyone, but we want to make sure that each and every community, wherever you are, you can bring your system. We build it for you. We give it to you. Then you go use it with your people. That's what we want. We want to reduce. Forex is a good thing, and we cannot allow it to diminish. You understand? And there's other people out there. Even, trust me, even when you were to look at, there's so many guys who got help with Forex. Eh? There's so many people who build houses or whatever. Remember, people who talk. If it's a scam, why are you not doing it, you? Someone is saying it's a scam. He didn't call you. We didn't invite you. You understand? So you expect me that now I must spend 6 hours and I go to China and learn all these things, and then when are you just going to come and say I must give it for free? Or you must go visit Jesus. You need prayers. It's not going to happen. No. You understand? As much as people are there, people who are helping people out there. But people choose not to. You understand? There's rules. So what we are saying is when people work with people, there's rules. These are the 5 things that people need to identify when they want to identify correct people who are going to give you bots, whether it's me or whoever. First, these are the things that I wanted to make it clear. Ne? For someone out there, whether you've bought a bot or whether you have not bought a bot, these are the 5 checklists that you need to look at. People must be vigilant. Don't be blind. Because someone will say, because John's robot is 13,000, this is 1,000. No, it's not about price. It's about, so first, check that person, right? Do your research. People don't do their research when they work with people. Do their research. There's YouTube, there's Instagram, there's TikTok. Do your research. What is bots? At least have an idea of what's happening, right? Second, when a person wants to sell you a bot, at least ask 3 people who have been using this bot. 3. Say, please, I'm willing to buy. Please show me 3 people. Number 3, right? Number 4, at least they must show you some results.
Right.
Back test is free. You cannot do a back test or anything doesn't affect you. They can do a back test. They must show you. Those are the 4 things that they need to make sure that they get those things. It will avoid people being used to get into scam. But first, do your research. There's YouTube, there's Instagram, there's TikTok. Right? If it's enough, you find, okay, fine, there's something. Go check how long has this person been doing these things. If they pass, then you say, you know what, I'm willing to work with you now. Please, show me 3 people that have worked with you. You know, me, people ask, John, how is John doing it? I don't have to advertise anything. People who are using it are the one who are telling their cousins and their friends. That's how powerful it is. Word of mouth. We don't do those things of saying, hey, maybe. No. People who are using, my aim is to make sure people who are using, they are happy. We make sure they go and tell their people. That's how power it is. Yeah. Power of word of mouth. Transparency. You see, so we're not worried about new. No, people who are using it, they must be happy first. But for someone who's new, make sure that you do what? You do your due diligence. Ask those questions. Have proof. Show you. You understand? Those are the things that that will eliminate problems. If someone is a chancer, he won't pass these 4 things. I tell you, a chancer won't pass. Ask me 3, show me 3 people that have made it. You communicate, show me. I want to talk with that particular person. Show me. You understand? You have to see testimonials. Okay, let me see. How long have a person been doing? Because you find someone is just creep because someone has got followers. You find someone who's a scammer or whatever, you have an idea, they put him and then they start saying, okay, we sell something. Then some people out there do. No. Check how long have they been doing. There's a background check. You understand? Then when you have that will eliminate the risk of you being in wrong areas.
Do you think also these brokers have ruined the industry by employing rather or opening up these affiliates?
No, but that has nothing to do. Those ones are just willing you to take you. Remember, it's like me taking you to a bank to say, use this bank. That has nothing to any effect.
But it now opens doors for scammy tendencies.
No, it doesn't. How does it open? Remember, it's IBs is people who are just have got influence people like myself, right? I've got a huge followership. The brokers, but I don't need that, man. I don't. It's not my style. I don't work with those things like that. But it's not a scam because remember when a broker is there and a person is there, it's just people diverting to say use this. They just want to make money themselves. It's like if when there's an opportunity to make money, there's no problem of you using that opportunity to better yourself. Remember, he's connecting you to his broker. Then he makes money, but he's not a problem. If the broker makes you money, that you trading. If you trade and you know how to trade and you're making money, there's no problems. So it's just a channel. It's just that the people who are connecting you, they probably gonna get benefits of maybe, getting paid. Some these days who are not doing it, maybe now they'll say, free lessons. There's so many ways how they do it these days.
Actually, coming across you made me realize how people are very nonchalant about the fact that you are doing a great job. Why is everyone not coming to you?
No, remember, it's not about everyone coming to you. Remember, when we started, what I'm going to say is, it's a matter of, like you see on Instagram, it's like we have got different kinds of shops. People have got different tastes. I resonate. There's someone whom, when you talk about John, if you say something bad, he can beat you up. There's someone whom they talk about someone, you understand? So it's a matter of, the aim here is to make sure that, you change. I'm here to leave a legacy. The legacy is through this bot. I've seen how powerful it has changed my life. Whether it's selling it or whether it's building it, whether it's using it, it can change someone's life. But at the end of the day, not everyone will be a service provider.
But why are they not coming to you? Literally, if I was doing, maybe let's say I was hypothetically like scamming people to get money, like why don't you then take that money, buy a board, do the right thing, and then leave the scamming part?
No, but I mean the term scamming sometimes is misled, you know. Like I said, as much as
misleading people,
there are people who come sometimes, they say, John scammed me, right? It happens. There are people who say that with their reasons. But as I said, if someone say that, you see in this video that we're doing, I want you to make sure, don't block people. When this video post, but I'm saying you'll see on this YouTube video, check the people who will say negative things.
Have you ever scammed anyone you?
No.
Have you ever scammed in your life, even when starting maybe before?
No, I mean, I don't understand when someone say, have you ever scammed? Remember, when we say we're going to do this, we're going to do that. You understand? There's no one who has ever come to us, we say we're going to do this and not do it. You understand? So I don't understand. Maybe someone will come to you and say, have you ever scammed? Maybe they've got their reasoning of scamming. But whoever I have worked with, I have delivered.
Okay.
So in my understanding and with my history of looking at things, I don't have any record of someone whom we have worked with us, whom we have never delivered. What we say we're going to deliver. That I've got, that I can attest to.
I think my chat was, what can I say? My chat was, have you ever given maybe lessons to someone? Well, you don't do that. Have you ever done it?
Yes, we used to do.
Have you ever given lessons to someone knowing very well that, I really am not, confident with what I know?
No. So basically what happened is, you see, with bots, I'm going to answer more on bots because I've been doing it now for the longest time, right? So what happened is, it happens sometimes you find that someone comes and buy a bot, right? But there's conditions. So we state those conditions that, my brother, my sister, when you use this bot, at this circumstance, it might happen that when the market moves at this condition and beyond the risk of this, it will lead to losses. You understand? So that it's an explanation. It's not like something that happens and then after you're not told. We make it clear to a person that you're saying, you know what, with this, like with gold bot, like I always say, with gold bot, the trick was there was a certain amount when the market, remember with a grid, it compounds. When the market move against you to a certain amount, then you start making a loss. Those are the things that we have. But it's something that we make it clear to a person before they work with us. So you see, so there's no way a person will come and say, no, we make it clear. So we give you a detail of how our system works before you even use it. So that comes to me answering that I don't have any record of someone saying I've scammed. Because whatever we always say we'll do, we do it.
I think that's the part why people think it's a scam, because they don't expect to get losses.
No. That's why it's very important to explain. Remember, as much as a person who's coming has got their due diligence, also me, who have got our checklist. Like I said to you, if someone comes in with poor ideas and he's not willing to change his mindset, I don't work with such people. I'll just tell you blindly that, my brother, you are in the wrong area. We cannot work with you. We don't have we cannot support what you have. You understand? So it's like that. So whenever a person, whoever comes in also, because remember, people come in also, it's people is because of lack of knowledge. You understand? I also, people, it's just like that. If something, maybe you got interested, you see someone, whatever, but people don't do their research. It's important sometimes to do your research to understand who you're working with first. But if you believe on someone, even though whatever's happening is going to work, but the fact that you believe on something and that particular person, you are his reference on you believing on what you're doing, you can come up with something. Because remember, even though those people who are saying that other people are scamming, they've learned a lot. And those people has inspired them to be whoever they are today. I've inspired so many people. Even someone who say, no, John is a scam. I've inspired him to be whoever. If he still continue to do Forex, he wants to be like me. And I want him to be like me and do better also. You understand? So that's how it is. So it's a matter of educating people. As much as someone saying something is a scam, but how is it a scam? It is a scam in a case where, let's take, I say, okay, you know what? Send me 5,000, I'm going to give you a phone. Then I give you water. Then there's a dishonesty there. But if now I say I'm going to give you this phone, it works for 6 hours. This phone, this is what happens. And then you understand the condition. It's us now entering on an agreement that me, I'll be doing this is what happens like this. But you see what happened is, mostly what I've learned is people who have tried trading and blow accounts are the ones who are problematic. Because he come in with his mindset of blowing accounts. And then he wants to twist, but my brother, you came into us, you don't know how to make money. Allow us, genius, to show you how to do it. So you will come in there, you understand? But the ones who are new, another lady asked me, John, do you think trading, if we were to take it to a village, it will help other people? My answer was this: yes, but mainly more people that will get help is those ones who are already maybe grade 10, or because those ones who are already doing something. Remember, trading is beyond you making money. It's also with belief and mindset. Remember, now you are making money. So it's like you going, like myself in the beginning. Someone told me that you can become a millionaire overnight. Because my mindset and my background, I've never seen that. It's hard. I won't believe that. You understand? So sometimes success comes through belief. Believe something first, then you'll be able to do it. Because if you don't believe something, you'll be doing it, and then now you end up calling people scammers, which is not correct. Yes, because if you are scammers, do it also. What is it that's special that John is doing that others are not doing? Why are you not doing it? Because we never invited, we don't invite anyone. We're just showcasing our skills. You understand? So people, when they come, they need to check. We don't invite anyone. No one is invited. So you cannot go to people and say, no, you do your research. Also, the people who are offering, so that you don't have, make sure that you cover your stuff. If I say I'm going to do this, we're going to do that. Then we won't have problems. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, let's leave this whole thing. I feel like you're going to say this to every single podcaster.
Like which one? No. It's a matter, no, it's good. Remember, it's a matter of educating people.
Yeah.
There's no education about this thing. So we need to talk about it so that people understand. You understand? Because remember, I
already talked about it. I don't understand why people don't.
But some people follow you, some they don't follow other podcasts. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. So it's a bit of a background. We need to have that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you need to have that education to educate people that this is how it works. You understand? So we need those kind of information so that people get to understand. And the main important thing, because there's people also who who don't have knowledge, but they end up in wrong hands. So that's why we need to be here. Ask that and make sure that we don't have those issues. Yes.
Okay. Let's get to know you a little more better.
Yeah.
So you were born and bred in Limpopo, right?
Yes.
And you later on moved to
Joburg.
Diepsloot.
Yeah, my parents were staying there. I was renting out towards to school.
Oh, so you stayed alone?
Why? No. They were staying there. I was just, staying when I was at school, like visiting.
Oh, you had res. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you moved here when you were after matric, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
After grade 12.
How was that change for you?
I was a village guy. I was a village guy. I was laid back. Sometimes being laid back, you learn. As much as I was a laid back person. I looked at life. I looked at life in a very positive way. I think maybe it's a blessing on itself. You understand? So it's like, as much as I come from a poor background, but I always feel like I come from a rich family because my energy. When we came into UJ, in UJ, man, there's kids who came up with cars, but I never isolated myself to say, I come from a poor background, No, you will always see me as if I'm one of those kids. Because my mind and how I carry myself, you can see how I dress. Sometimes don't carry yourself as if now you have got a bank loan. When things are not going right, you need to now look like you clumsy. No. You see, you must be bold, must be brave.
You're very brave.
You have to.
And this thing is, I can't even speak.
Yeah, no.
I think it's taking me more because I'm not speaking a lot.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I understand. I think it's the air freshener.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Sorry guys for that. There's a air freshener here.
And it's so, which is something I like for myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, for now speaking, it's very hard. But anyway.
Yeah.
And then you went to UJ. How was your upbringing, first of all, whilst you were still in Limpopo?
You know, when you are in the village, right? What I like about the village, there's a certain. So when you come from a village, right? For people who have never been to a village, there's a certain way of how people behave. So there's culture, you know. So it's like if you come back and then you say you are doing something that's different than people, you look weird. But people now adjust to something. So people in the village, they take time to adjust. But now when someone comes in and do it, they might take time. But when now they start seeing that something works, you might end up having the whole village doing the same thing and succeeding on it. That's why most people, when they come from those villages and Limpopo and everything, they get to succeed because those people take time to believe. But once they believe on something, good things will come out. Yes.
So how did you grow up?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean when how do I grow up? Like what's
like what kind of child you were? Who did you grow up with?
Me, I've been bright, you know, especially with mathematics. I've been one of those bright students, you know. In terms of school, I've been a very competitive person. Whenever I get to school, they will know there's another boy called Rhulani. He's called me Rhu. So whenever we get to a place, I was not the ones who sit at the back. I was always in the one in the front. Always when I get to a place, when there's time for school, I would always want to first assess who's the best one in the class. Then I want to understand what's the difference between me and him. Then when I assess that, then now it's a tech team. Then now we need to race. That's how I've been in my life. So whenever I do something, I always check first who's ruling. But I'm not that person. Oh, this one's ruling. Then I'm here to commit with you. If you are there up there and then you know you're doing what John is doing. If you're not doing it tight, John is about to take your space. That's me. When we do something. When we do something and then I look, there's Neo is doing this thing and then if I'm there, I come in. My brother, if you don't pull your socks, I'm taking your space. That's me. That's how my upbringing. That's how I'm here today.
I think I used to be like that. My circle changed me.
Yes.
The circle that I have right now is a little bit chill. Don't care about stuff, which is wrong. Yeah, it's a bad thing because remember, you know. Let me give you an example, right? You see, when we were young, would stand up. They ask you, John, what do you want to be? You say, I want to be a doctor. You, what do you want to be? I want to be a pilot, right? When you're in grade 2, it's fine. Then it comes to grade 5, they will ask the same question. If when you have your track record is about you breaking, you're not going to school, you're not someone who writes books. If you were to stand up and say, I want to be a pilot, people will laugh. Why do people laugh when someone say that? But when you're in grade 1, they didn't laugh, they accepted. But now when you're in grade 5, because of how you carry yourself, your track record does not represent pilot energy. You understand? So how you behave also, the nature can say. You see, so sometimes I can tell people, because remember creating bots is to do with intellect. So you can go do your research and look at John. You can see we don't represent a mango movement here. We represent power things. So you can see how we do things. So that's what I'm saying. I wanted to give you an example with that to say, it gets to a point where now, if someone whom is not serious about life stand and say he wants to become a pilot, people will laugh at him, right? And then if now, today, I want to show you the difference. And I'm going to use you as an example. If me and you today, we were to go today and say, I have bought, while you have bought the Lamborghini, right? SVR. We were to post today, they say John bought the SVR. People will accept that I've bought it, but your people will say, it's not his. What do you think is the cause of that? Because you don't have a track record of that. You understand? That's exactly the track record. The track record that John has, it symbolizes success, it symbolizes brands. We're going high, we're scaling. You understand? As much as we have got that small percentage of people who trying to discourage, we are too focused. They cannot discourage John, Baba. Yeah, we are too focused. Firstly, they will believe I bought that car too.
Yeah.
Please.
No, but I'm saying that's how nature is. You understand? Yeah. So you see, so that small percentage, you know what happened? I want to teach you. people, when you start making money, then people want you to see, want you to see with girls drinking champagne.
Oh, no.
No, wait.
Yeah,
That's what people want you to see, that story.
That
No, it's not with John, Baba. Here we are teaching you how to do things straight.
Did you not live up to that?
No, but I'm not. It was not part of. It was not
part of your.
No. I want to answer like, it was not like, based on my upbringing, how I looked at my things. Right. It was not stuff that fascinates me. If I were to say, when I would say, hey, with girls, it was not stuff. My fascination is to be at the top. When I do with bots, it must be. That's my fascination. I want to be the one whom you say, when we talk about bots, we want to talk about John. When you talk about something that is to empower something, I must be there. Not about those things of saying, hey, it's trending there. That's what people want you. They want you to, especially for small traders who are coming. Nature, people, don't allow people to dictate you and change you. Because people want you, remember, as much as you are there, imagine if you're someone who's close to you doesn't want to succeed. Imagine just a random guy out there. So if now your job in the morning is to look at, what is that guy saying? You're not going to make it. I've been doing this for 9 years. People saying it, this and this and this, and I'm still scaling. You understand? I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. I'm going to show them the power. You understand? And I have to set my goals. Whatever, talking is an opinion. Remember, when someone is going through whatever they're going through, I mean, these days, information is free. You just post whatever. Someone can come and say this. I cannot fight them. Why? No, it's their opinion. And remember, we like that. You understand? Because remember, when it comes to us, remember, we are building something. We accept the remarks, positive or negative, so that it builds. Remember, we are building something solid. We need those things. When we get too high there, we don't want to be dealing with small energies because we've already dealt with them. That's why we are high here. That's why you ask yourself, 9 years, but John, you have been standing still. Like I said, people who are using our bot is people who have already been using it. It's not new people. It's people who use it and tell their people. That's why, so you will never, the aim is to make sure we have got powerful things. So there's no way you will talk about bots and not see John. That's the difference. That's why I said those ones who are taking chances, they can fix that. If they could manage, remember, the fact that someone out there believed on you, it means you have got something on you. Try to stand up, my brother. Fix yourself. You have got a calling of helping people. It's just now the matter of now you have to change your life. Your life, maybe because you like things and then now your setup of things is wrong. Change yourself, brace yourself properly. Get yourself, align yourself with the right people. Get back and help people and help yourself. As much as, I want to clarify this. People make it feel bad that if selling a course is a bad thing, or maybe someone is selling signal is a bad thing, or someone selling a... No! It's service provider. It's not everyone who can do that. It's specific people can do that. And those people, when they do it, please do it right. That's your calling. So don't allow someone come with some background mindset and come to deviate you. No, we must focus, guys. Yes, we are the chosen ones. And as we are the chosen ones, we must make sure our staff, our structure is solid. That's how it is with me.
Yes.
So you can't deviate us. That's how it is, and I'm pushing this. I'm not motivating only the ones who wants to work with us. Even those who already have got their people. Brace your structure. You are the chosen one. There's only one John. There's only one. You understand? There's few forex trader that you can. But how many are we in South Africa?
A lot.
Exactly. But it means those are the chosen ones. They just need to stand straight and fix themselves. Because remember, here's a calling. For the fact that someone could take whatever money and use him. And not everyone can do that to that particular person. That means he has a calling. He still have a chance. In life, you always have second chance. And it's better to realize it sooner. Then you fix yourself. Then things will get better.
Sure.
Yes.
That was a mouthful.
Yes. So let's give others a chance. Even those who are there, guys, you still have a chance. Fix yourself. If people who are saying you were scamming or whatever, if you were scamming, fix yourself. Go get the proper lessons, learn from us, then we make sure we give you proper things, and you give your people the right things. Then you should be fine.
Are you approachable though?
In terms of what do you mean approachable?
If people want to reach out to you.
No, but we have Instagram. People video call me on all those things.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So people can. There's Instagram. There's people are able to do. We do sometimes a live session. You know, we have people. I mean, man.
People are saying you guys are not approachable.
No, but people want me to come and sit. People want me to come and sit with him in a mango tree, and then we enjoy a banana Iceland juice. No, we will access you to assist you. But now that, you know, hey, now let's sit together. Hey, let's socialize. It's not, I don't live like that. As much as I'm a trader, people expect you to say, when you're a trader now, you must be all over. That's not, I'm a human being at the end of the day. You understand? I have my own life and I have got a way of doing things. Yeah. You understand? You don't expect me to say, okay, fine, do this and do this. There was one thing that I did. 2020, when we started doing bots, I blocked everyone. Right? Why do people say, why did you block everyone? I said, you know, I wanted to focus.
Who's everyone?
Every trader that I was there.
Okay.
Yes. I wanted to focus. I hate all of them. We just wanted to focus. So if we meet, we are doing trading. Hi, how are you? We're done. We're not friends. But we're doing the same thing. Hi, how are you? You're good. You're a competitor. We are in the jungle here. So if you do better than so your fight must be in back ends. We are not friends here. We are here to help people. So if now we have got a solution, you do your solution, we do the solution. But when we meet in the mall, we are cool, but we're not friends. So it doesn't mean we're beefing anyone. We're just saying that.
Isn't that beef?
How is it beef?
Because you are cool in public.
No, I'm saying that what happened is me in 2013. People ask, why did you block? I blocked everyone for focus.
Okay.
I wanted to be focused. But remember, I will meet some people and I greet them. But doesn't mean we're friends. I'm not one of those people who say, okay, fine, let's meet, let's hang out. No, if we're not friends, we're not friends. If we're friends, we hang out. You understand? We're keeping busy. Remember, we're doing this thing here. So, we are all doing this thing when now we are all in the same journey. So, do your stuff, I do my stuff. Right. If we're friends, it happens, we'll be friends. But me on Instagram, this is what I'm doing, and this is my energy, this is our drive.
So in closing, what is your relationship with God?
Today I'm fasting. That shows you I'm a very orientated man. Believe in Jesus. I'm a Christian. Yeah.
Do you think you'd become a pastor because of the way you speak?
No. I won't. It's a calling. That's not my calling. I'm a calling. Remember, my calling is to change people on my way, but not a pastor. It's no.
Oh, you can't do that.
No, I don't feel like I can do it if the calling, but I feel like I don't have the calling for that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. John Ghatti, thank you very much for coming through. Perfect. Really appreciate it. What are you working on right now?
Now we have got, so there was cryptos, right? Yeah. So with crypto there was meme coins, but now it's down. I just didn't want to introduce it to people yet because we couldn't make money. No one is, the market is slow. So what happened is now I have got a sniper bot for those things. Okay. So I've created it, but it's not, the market is not good now to introduce people to that. Okay. So we already put it on a shelf. If it comes back again, we'll introduce people to that. And then also in terms of trading, we've got Kasango. Kasango is a franchise in Africa now. How is that work? Yes, so what happened is we're selecting people in Africa, people who are already doing, maybe they've got a course on anything, right? They use that thing themselves, and then now they offer it to their people. Okay. Then we manage everything. And then now we have got something like for betting, you know, I don't love betting, because it's just that it happens that it's not my...
It's not your thing, eh?
It's trading. Trading is my way of... But also we have got a solution. We've got a predictor and a robot for it. Yeah. So anything, people don't understand, anything that moves in online that needs automation, I can do it. Yes. Fast.
Where can people follow you? Yeah? Where can people follow
So my Instagram is John Ghatti _ Ghatti _ CEO _ But I don't know. I didn't come here for people here. I'm coming here to educate your people. I'm not here to...
I know, but...
They will look for it and find me. But I know, but you'll put it down there.
Yeah. But anyway, this was the main topic. Thank you very much again for coming. My name is Sky Cole. It is Sky _ on every social media
but you didn't ask a bit of... people, what are people saying? There were people saying this about you. Okay.
You already answered me.
Okay.
I'm not with that.
Okay.
Oh, you wanted to respond to someone who's saying you are not proud. You are not a proud Zimbabwean.
No, it's not necessary. It's fine.
I'd say I want. You see?
No, but yeah,
it's not worth it.
No, yeah, okay, it's not worth it.
Are you not a proud Zimbabwean?
No, it's not. What must I do? I mean, must be moving around wearing a flag.
I don't know. I don't know.
I know.
They were mainly talking about you don't speak your language, and he made an example of saying, when he talks to people, they don't respond back in that language because they're not proud.
No, but I mean,
that language.
you see, those are like personal requests, but it's fine. You're right. There's no need to really push on that.
Okay.
Because it seems like it's someone who has got a personal intake. You understand? So it's not worth it.
Okay,
but what I was
saying, what are you like? Are you you were born in Limpopo?
Yeah.
So
half South African, half Zim.
South African with tribe.
Tsonga.
Okay.
Yeah, Nabulabul.
Yeah. You know how to speak it.
Yeah.
Even the Zimbabwean one.
A bit. But I never went that. I never grew up that side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have a relationship with your...
No, I do. But I'm saying it's not, it's not strong. It's like when you go, you can understand everything, but you're not fluent.
Okay.
Yes. You understand? So it's one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, but doesn't mean we don't, we support. We do support. It's just that now we can't be moving around putting a flag in my Ferrari and say, hey, this is John passing now.
I have to listen to the music also. But you are more South African.
Yeah.
From what I'm getting right now.
Yeah, but I grew up here. It's been a while for now.
Yeah.
So
pretty much your whole life. Yeah.
You see, but yeah. But I mean, what I can say is, out there, as much as, I want to teach people something. When people say something, it depends with the reaction. It's either you learn it or you become ignorant. You understand?
Yeah.
If someone say, John is this, I sit down and I say, okay, fine, this guy is saying this. Let me use this to see what can I change. Because if someone has an opinion, it's something that you must look at yourself and better yourself, then you look for growth. Not to say, hey, no, we're not about that life. No.
Yeah.
We are no. We are about here to dominate and lead the way. And you cannot lead the way in an amateur way of behaving as Peace is what we present. And solution and consistency, that's what we're all about. We're all about that to say, when we do things, people must see the results. And this is what we're about to talk about, the results and consistency. The rest, later.
What is the most amount you've ever made in one day trading?
Apart from the first one that we made, it was, let me see. Let's see last week, recent things. Just and now it's running. This is the one that we made today.
This is rands or?
Rands.
Oh, okay.
You can call it for them so they can see. How much is that?
It is 214,000 rand.
Yes. This is the board, it's not me though. Because I've been here with you. Remember, I've been sitting.
I'm thinking, how did you?
I've been sitting there with you. Yes.
That's crazy. Is this the most you've made in a day?
It ranges. No, I haven't yet made a million.
Or a week.
It ranges from there.
Okay.
Because we take the trades within the same day. Remember my bots? They close the trades at 7. So if it places a trade at 10 in the morning, it needs to close the trades between 7. After that, this following day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Guys, my account number is...
We'll bless the first one. Next time when we come in, we're coming in with with giveaways. But you must invite us to, because people, what happened is I also participate in terms of, I want to participate now because, giving back, there's those things of maybe when people have got a fundraising or something, we are more than willing. Yes. We're more than willing to these days we want to be giving away. Not that, and maybe if there's something, there are stories like that. You see someone, okay, this person has got a passion of something like this and has got a track record. So people like that, we know it's not about money. Let's bring him close because he's a leader also. We are advising, we're working with leaders, so we empower them. Yeah.
Amazing, man. You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. Guys, comment down below which questions you want me to ask. Are you coming for the second time?
Yes.
Yes. I'll ask the direct questions you guys ask him in the comments section
so they can
below.
specify.
Yeah. Or which one? Pel, I don't know your questions, Pel. I don't know your questions. I asked my questions. I asked what I wanted to know. I also took, some of the questions that we're asking previous interviews.
Perfect.
And videos exposing you type of situation. So yeah. How do you feel about those videos, Vel?
Which one? Exposing me?
Yeah. Are you not gonna respond?
I respond by doing better.
Yes.
Yes, that's my response.
I think people just need you to be on a live video, maybe.
No, I don't operate like that. Like I said to you, when someone says something, it needs my reaction. My reaction is doing better.
Yes.
Not me fighting you. You are doing me a favor. It means I must change something. Because remember, if you would realize with the most thing that most guys they were saying is because I was not available to people. Even now I'm not that available, but I give myself this month I'll be doing interviews and giving and highlighting. You understand? But people, if they don't understand something and they don't have something to account, that's why they don't have anything to say. So they will say whatever they say, but that doesn't mean anything. My job is to grow. My job is to conquer. My job is to dominate. So if it has nothing to affect that, my brother, you're fueling my movement. You can't stop me. I'm too focused, Baba. Hey, I'm too focused. I fought a big fight of killing poverty.
Yes.
All the way in a village where there's no one. No, I can't.
And when I see that kind of person, you are a superhero. In a way, you have superpowers.
No, but
you're very smart. You're very strong because not a lot of people can do that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like that. How you carry yourself. Carry yourself right. Not every reaction that comes in needs you to add. No, some you learn from them, then you revert back.
So Rolio Jack, do you know him?
Yes, Rolio Jack.
He says a whole lot about you.
Yes. I think I have his numbers. He's a cool guy.
Oh, you guys talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
I talked with him sometime. Yes. At some point we're going to remember with time, like I'm saying. So what we're going to do? Him. There's Rolio Jack. He's doing very well also, and there's also Rydell Fix. Right, I don't know if you know him.
Rydell, yeah.
Yeah, Rydell is doing a good job also. They expose people. They put people into accountability, right? So what we're going to do, not so long, we're going to get the bot, we give it to them, then they do a test. So you see,
included, please.
Yes. So we're gonna do both of them, and then we will fund the accounts. So this you must always I'll make sure. So people now will be able to see that.
Yes, from people who are exposing
yes. Yes, you understand? Because people don't have access, so people must see. So if it's done by someone, and then people can be able to access. Remember, people are questioning the trust and the visibility.
Yes.
So when now we have that, then we'll be able to show. Yeah,
that's smart. At least the people that they claiming you guys are faking.
That's good. That's why we're saying. That's what we are saying to you.
Without experience.
No. Listen. That's why we're saying. You see, the channel grows. So you pull a group of people who don't understand. Then we are there. Then now we give you something. Then you test it in public.
Yes.
So with us, with John is growth, Baba.
At least we don't decide.
No. Yes, that's what it is. So it's gonna get to a point where now someone come and talk numbers. We want to see it. It's gonna get there.
I mean, I already saw he made 200K on a normal. What's today?
But another guy who has got a poor man says, "No, show us which car do you drive? Where do you stay? What? You can't change those people like that. It's some people who want to play in Instagram. So if you're not strong, you'll be entertaining such things. You'll lose your energy. You can't do that.
But some people, I guess there's this whole thing. Buying demo accounts that look real, to fool people into thinking you're trading real.
But people now know. Who are you fooling?
But how can you tell the difference?
But you see, I think you can't tell the difference because the difference is those people is they write. Remember, a demo is written as demo.
Yes.
And the life is written life.
That's the only difference.
So you cannot really tell.
Oh.
So it's more deep on it. You understand? But what's the difference? Like if I come to you and then you tell me that you bought a car, why must you? If you tell me something, what do I need from you for me to go deep on you?
I think also people believe that you can't be making millions.
And then what?
It must be a demo account.
But that's his belief. So it means that person needs an intimate interview where now I sit with him and I teach them.
And you can't teach everyone.
Exactly. So it's not for everyone. So being poor is not a problem. Some people will die poor. And that's how it is. Even during the Jesus time, all Lazarus were there. And they died poor. So same applies if someone think like that. Poverty must attack him.
What do you think? How do you feel about the full margin traders? Are you one of them? Is your
No, but remember,
full margin trade?
that's good if you are doing it for yourself.
Okay.
You can lose sometimes, but you have the money, you can do it again. But if you have, the problem will come in now if someone now comes in and is using his last money, and that day it was a bad day, because remember, there's nothing 100% in life. Same applies in trading. If someone comes in with saying 100%, what, you can't put numbers like that. Anything can happen anytime. So if now it happens that the client comes in and then now they lose in that particular day, it will affect you.
Of course.
You understand? So that risk, especially for new people, risk trading and what, it does not apply. It applies for someone with your money. You can do it with your money. But for someone, if you're saying you want to call people and it's not a good, I don't advise that to people. But for someone who has got an experience, it's good. But for someone whom coming in as a form of now they want to be under you, I don't advise you to do that because you'll have problems.
That is the funniest thing I've ever learned in my life.
Yeah.
That is the funniest thing I've ever learned about.
Yeah,
do you also speak to Shami?
No, I haven't had anything with him.
You haven't heard anything? Does he even speak about you?
Probably does. Anyone? I don't know him. But yeah, I will definitely. If there's any way, then we will see.
Yeah.
Where do you find him? Like, I think he
has Instagram. Yeah, I also spoke to him now that I'm training.
I've seen, yeah, but the one that I've had communication with was Rilo Jax, Rilo, yeah. I had this. I talked with him, and then that one, Rydal. I talked to him on Insta, but not on a call.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That's it.
Perfect.
Perfect. Nice and simple.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you for pulling up. Guys, I'll see you on the next one. Do stay blessed.